Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
Happening right now, police on the scene of a deadly hit and run that appears to have taken the life of a young woman. Police don't have a vehicle description, so they're hoping a nearby business might have surveillance video.
Tim Pamplin is on the scene in Royal Oak Township with the night cam.
A terrible scene here along 8 Mile at Wyoming, a fatal pedestrian collision. The driver ran this lady over, then carried on going down 8 Mile. Police are looking at the surveillance tape from some local businesses. You see the big Kroger across the road there. This is 8 Mile in Wyoming. Police say the vehicles were stopped at the red light here on 8 Mile. Then one vehicle took off, running the lady over and carried on going. Several drivers who were sitting at the traffic light when this occurred are talking to police, giving them the description the best they can. That is the scene right now along 8 Mile at Wyoming with the night cam. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
New at 11.
New tonight, you've seen the viral video that police first thought was a teenager being abducted. We now know that was not the case, but wait until you hear what was really going on here. It turns out there was no abduction, instead an attempt to save a teenage boy with a lot on his plate.
And his high school coach who got involved could face disciplinary action for saving him. Mara McDonald is live in Warren tonight with more on this story. Mara?
Good evening to you, Kimberly. And you know what you see on that video, really? You see a 15-year-old kid whose mom is seriously ill, who has been thrown out of his home, the whole family evicted, a father who has never been around, who just can't take it anymore.
Bystanders were paralyzed with shock. A truck stops at an East Point gas station, and all of a sudden a teenager's body slammed and shoved into a truck. That may be the end, but let me take you to the beginning.
Last year I was diagnosed with stage 3 ovarian cancer and cervical and lumbar spinal stenosis.
Heather and her 2 boys have fallen on hard times, evicted from their home because she can no longer work. It's by the grace of a charity. They're paid up for 11 days at this Warren motel. Everything they have is crammed into this room.
Things I'm going through here isn't what a kid usually goes through, you know.
Oliver couldn't take it all and took off wandering the streets all night. He may be a freshman at Lincoln High School, but he's a varsity starting quarterback. His coach was the only one who reached out to him that he would respond to. And his coach came to pick him up, bringing his 2 dearest friends with him. The one who body slams him is his godbrother. But now the school district is talking about suspending his coach.
I hope my coach doesn't get in trouble because I'm here. He's get suspended for something I did. And it's sad because he did a good thing, because I wouldn't be here right now.
Oliver read the text the 2 shared.
But don't worry about it. I should be good. I just need you on the right track. I love you like a son.
Tonight he's home with his mom, grateful for the people who loved him enough to put their own necks on the line.
I love you.
I love you more.
Back here live, Heather Durham actually has 3 sons. Her 18-year-old is going to be entering the service. He is living with a friend right now since they've been evicted from their home. She is in that motel with her 2 boys. They're paid up for the next 11 days. What happens after that? Nobody is quite sure. We're live in Warren tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
My goodness. All right, Mara. Video of an animal control officer dumping animals in a park dumpster is forcing the city of East Point to explain the workers' actions and the city's policy. Jermont Terry is live tonight in East Point with what's behind this video. Jermont?
Kimberly, the question up for debate tonight is whether animal control should or can take a carcass and dispose of it in any dumpster across the city, or should it be dumped or disposed in a different manner? Now, what one guy captured on video has a lot of people shaking their heads tonight. Kennedy Park in East Point is popular, and Tuesday afternoon, Eric DeRosia took in the scenery.
Just taking a lunch break on the side of the road there.
But when this animal control truck pulled into the lot off Stevens and Schroeder, Eric quickly lost his appetite.
You know, at first I'm like, is she really going to do what I think she's doing?
Oh, yes, she is. Watch as an animal control officer opens the compartments and starts chucking dead animals.
I couldn't believe what she was doing.
Eric recorded the city worker dumping them right in the dumpster.
And I understand she may have been doing her job or not, but at the city park. It should never have been there.
The lunch break video went viral, even catching Jason Campbell's attention.
You know, I wasn't sure if it was real or anything at first, so I drove over here to the park.
When he got here, he found out how real it was.
Standing right here, you can already smell the rotten animals. And then just look down right inside there.
The video caught the city's attention, who says the worker disposed of, quote, roadkill within state laws. But in light of the public's outcry, it will advise the employee to throw roadkill in a different city receptacle, essentially not a park.
Help me!
And for Jason, whose children play here often, he believes what was dumped was more than just roadkill.
There was at least one cat that, yeah, looked like it was hit by a car, but it was somebody's pet.
And tonight, the city of East Point insisting that there were no cats or dogs dumped in that dumpster at Kennedy Park. But as you heard Jason mention, he knows what he saw. He believes it was a cat in that dumpster as well. We should point out, under the state law, cats and dogs are required to be bagged and not dumped in the dumpster, instead taken to a shelter. Reporting live in East Point, Jermont Terry, Local 4.
All right, Jermont. State Senator Burt Johnson is facing federal charges of conspiracy and theft. According to the indictment, Johnson used state money to repay a $10,000 personal loan to a woman named Glennis Thornton. The feds say he added Thornton to his payroll as a ghost employee, and even though she did no work, the state paid her $23,000. Thornton is also part of the EAA corruption case and is awaiting sentencing for paying bribes to a school principal.
He calls it inexcusable. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer is apologizing for a comment he made about chemical weapons and Nazi Germany. It happened this afternoon while talking about Syria.
You know, you had someone as despicable as Hitler who didn't even sink to using chemical weapons.
And that comment overlooked the fact that millions of Jews were killed in Nazi gas chambers.
Well, you know what? I made a mistake. I'm owning up to it. And, this is obviously I would expect, or I'd hope that everyone understands that we all make mistakes and ask for forgiveness.
The Anne Frank Center is one of many groups calling for President Trump to fire Spicer. So far, the president has not commented.
A former camp counselor who took pictures of nude boys is going to prison for 10 years. Matthew Koop was a counselor at the Jewish Community Center in West Bloomfield. He admits to posting photos of 3 boys, ages 5 and 6. The victims' parents do not feel the sentence is enough and may pursue more legal action.
He wanted cough medicine, but police doubt he was fighting a cold. Take a look at this video of a man jumping the counter at a CVS pharmacy in Harrison Township. You see him coming in the doors there. Police say he threatened the pharmacist while he searched for medicine. He implied he had a gun, but he never showed one. The robber took off with 3 bottles of cough syrup with codeine. Well, the man behind that iconic song has died. John Warren Giles Jr., founder of J. Giles Band, died at his home in Massachusetts today of natural causes.
Giles played guitar in the band he formed in 1967, and they started charting in the mid-70s before their first big hit, Love Stinks. You remember that one in 1980, which was followed by Freeze Frame. And the song you're hearing right there, Centerfold, which topped the charts in 1982 for 6 weeks. Little known fact, by the way, the band's album Live Full House was recorded at the Cinderella Ballroom in Detroit in 1972. Jay Giles, by the way, John Giles, was 71 years old.
Always a Detroit or a Michigan connection, it seems. I never knew who did that song, but you know the tune.
You hear it everywhere.
You hear it everywhere, exactly.
You hear a lot of those songs. They're so iconic as big hits, yeah.
Yep, indeed. All right, a gang of armed men break into a store, but they weren't just after the cash. The surprising item they stole in the heist.
Dangling in danger, a terrifying scene when a fair ride malfunctions. What caused this girl to get loose and hang 130 feet in the air? Ben.
Jason, clouds still with us tonight and probably hanging around at least for the first part of the morning, but the sunshine comes in quick. Temperatures get up to 52 at noon, but not going to be the warmth that we've seen already this week. More on that coming up.
Okay, Ben, but first, the officer who arrested Rick Wershey tells all.
So why not just keep him locked up forever?
For what? For what?
Exclusive details about the arrest and whether he thinks Wershey should stay in prison. A retired Detroit police officer coming forward tonight to set the record straight on Rick Wershey.
Sergeant John Simon was a supervisor in Detroit's 9th District in the late 80s. It was a time when crack cocaine was running rampant and the city's murder rate was double what it is today.
Well, this week, the parole board will vote to decide if Wershey gets a formal parole hearing. The retired officer is clearing the air before that vote.
Defender Kevin Dietz has the story.
Sergeant John Simon was the officer in charge the day Rick Wershey was arrested. He says he had been chasing Wershey through his East Side neighborhood since the kid was 12 and knew he was on a path to trouble. Now, for the first time ever, he's speaking out. John Simon is a retired Detroit police officer living in a retirement home in Ohio who wants to get the truth about white boy Rick Wershey off his chest.
I knew Wershey from when he was a kid.
Sergeant Simon said Wershey was known in the neighborhood as a troublemaker, even before becoming a teenager.
Everybody pointed, oh yeah, you got to watch this kid, this white kid here. He's always involved in stuff. Everybody knew.
Young Rick Wershey becoming a regular at the police station.
Every time he'd get arrested or brought in, his mother would show up and he'd be held to pay at the station listening for all this. Why are you picking on my son?
But the retired sergeant says when it came to drugs, Wershey was no kingpin. He was little more than an errand boy for the real drug dealers and killers on Detroit's East Side.
He was easy target. White boy, hey, they made him a drug kingpin because he's a white boy and doing errands.
As for being violent, Sergeant Simon said the skinny kid with the blonde mop top was fearful, not frightening.
Only violent thing what seeing Wershey do was he spit on one of the guys, the guy from narcotics in the cell block and tried to spit on me.
But on May 22nd, 1987, Simon tells me Wershey had 8 kilos of cocaine and a bag of cash. Simon was the officer in charge when Rick Wershey was pulled over by police. Wershey ran into his grandmother's house.
They searched the house and stuff, and apparently he had gotten out of the back of the house.
Police say Wershey was carrying 2 bags, one with the money.
They found a paper bag with the money. And I said, okay, give me that. That goes with me.
The other with the drugs.
8 kilos and $35,000 something. That's a big bust, right?
Hell yeah. It filled up the back seat of my, front seat of my car.
And for that, Simon tells me Wershey deserved a lengthy prison sentence.
So why not just keep him locked up forever?
For what? For what? Non-violent.
But not anywhere near the 29 years Wershey has been behind bars.
He's part and parcel of that devastation. But there were people that did more, that provided the stupid kid with the dope and the money, and they're out.
The 10-member parole board will vote on Friday on whether or not to give Rick Wershey a formal hearing. If he gets 6 yes votes, there will be a public hearing this summer. If he does not, he will not be reconsidered for release for another 5 years. Kevin Dietz, Defenders.
All right, Kevin, now here's a look at what Defender Karen Drew's working on for tomorrow night.
A local human trafficking victim comes forward.
He beat me. He had me in hotel rooms by myself for weeks. Go hungry because I wouldn't obey what he wanted me to do.
Women and children fighting to stay alive.
A girl might be victimized, say, in Southfield for 2 weeks. Then that exploiter or pimp might move them to Madison Heights for a couple weeks, and then maybe over to Grand Rapids for a couple weeks.
The Defenders exposing what's really going on in Metro Detroit. The Dark Secret exposed tomorrow at 11.
Okay, we'll be looking forward to that, Karen, and looking forward to some more spring-like weather, but I think we're going to cool off a little bit, Ben.
Yeah, we're trending downward.
Little dip.
Woke up this morning and I heard a commotion, walked outside, was a lawnmower.
You thought, what is that?
Yeah, it's been so long.
Right.
But you know what? We've had all the rain and now we're starting to get some sun and stuff's actually growing out there. We will continue to see that this week despite the cooler temperatures. Right now, the clouds are still hanging tough. You can see the pretty a delineated line there, the back edge of some of the thicker clouds that are running right through southeast Michigan. As we get towards morning, these clouds are going to take off pretty quick, and we should be seeing plenty of sunshine for the balance of the day tomorrow. But those clouds are keeping temperatures in the 40s in the lower part of the state, 30s here in northern lower Michigan, and you get up into the UP, freezing and below, it's 30 up there in Marquette. The winds have calmed down too, even though they're about 13 miles an hour here in Detroit. It's better than what we saw for the balance of the afternoon, and we'll continue to watch these winds diminish as we get later into the night. It's going to be a light breeze over at the ballpark tomorrow. Tigers taking on the Twins at 110. We'll see 50-degree numbers, in fact, mid to upper 50-degree temperatures. We'll probably get very close to 60 degrees by the tail end of that game, and that's pretty close to average for this time of year. We've got a little bit further to drop as far as our cool down, and then we start rising again as we head into Easter weekend. So high pressure is going to be in control. That's going to keep us mostly clear tomorrow. Same goes as we get into at least the start of Thursday, but the clouds do start moving in pretty quick during the afternoon. The rain tries to make it on this side of the state, but pretty much stops in West Michigan. We'll have some dry air and the remnants of that ridge still kind of holding those raindrops back to the west. So our next chance of rain, unfortunately, looks like it's going to be on Easter weekend. We've got 2 shots of showers and storms, and we'll look at that coming up in a second. Here are the low temperatures tonight, right around 40 degrees here in our metro zone. South zone temperatures slightly warmer down here towards the lake, couple degrees cooler inland, 39 in Milan and Belleville. And you get into the west zone, a lot of 30s here, north of Michigan Avenue, 38 in Howell and Brighton. Milford, you'll be at that same number, as will all of Genesee County. And in our north zone, a little bit cooler, but not much. 36 will be our chilliest number. That's going to be up in Sandusky and running right around 40 degrees towards M59. So sunshine helping us out tomorrow, close to 60, not quite there. Remember, average temperatures this time of year, mid to upper 50s. That's where we'll be Thursday with the cloud cover. And Saturday and Sunday, showers and thunderstorms possible. Right now, it looks like the better chances are going to be in the mornings. If you've got outdoor things to do, and I know a lot of folks will on Easter Sunday, I think that rabbit's going to stop by, if I'm not mistaken.
Some soggy Easter eggs in baskets, maybe.
Yeah, that tail's going to be a little bit soggy.
Could hear some lawnmowers tomorrow there too as well.
That's true.
Thanks, Ben.
Ben.
It looks like just a guy on a bike who dropped some cash. So why are police trying to throw him in jail?
And a thrill ride goes wrong. How a woman ended up dangling upside down and swinging more than 100 feet in the air. That's next.
So what?
New at 11, 3 months after a 3-year-old girl was killed by a falling table in Dearborn Heights, her mother is filing a lawsuit. Liliana Kerr was crushed when the table fell at the Head Start program at St. Albert's Church. Her mother is now suing the school, the church, and the Archdiocese for $10 million.
A World War II veteran from Novi is finally being honored for his service. Because of a mix-up with Harold Ortwine's military record, he didn't receive a pair of medals he rightfully deserved. He was given the medals at the Novi City Council meeting. Metro Detroit native Kid Rock is engaged. According to the Free Press, he popped the question to his longtime girlfriend, Audrey Berry, earlier this year, but pictures just surfaced of her wearing the ring. They met in a Michigan restaurant, and he asked her out on the spot. No word yet on when the wedding will be or if we're invited. Kim?
All right, a day at the fair in Paris almost turned deadly for a young woman when a ride left her hanging on for dear life. The ride, called Adrenaline, is basically a giant swing, and just as the swing drops, her harness gets loose and she dangles as it swings back and forth. Her feet got tangled in the straps, keeping her from falling. A man was able to grab her and slow the swing down. She wasn't hurt. The ride has been shut down and an investigation is underway.
We've seen lots of surveillance of thieves breaking into stores and stealing money, but this heist in the UK, a little unusual. They took the money, but they also stole stamps. The 4 masked men waved guns and machetes and forced the employees to tell them the code to the safe. Once they got that, they opened it and grabbed the cash and a large quantity of stamps. Police aren't sure why they're taking all those stamps.
Well, so much for a quick getaway. A thief loses stolen money and has to double back. The man took off on a bike after holding up a Pennsylvania credit union, but while riding off, he dropped the cash on the sidewalk. So he has to stop, go back, pick up the bills from the wet pavement. But even with the delay, he still managed to get away. Police are still looking for him.